Namaskar, friends. Welcome back to Tantra Thoughts. My name is Gustavo. Today's video is called The Goal of Tantra. In my previous video, Tantra Explanation, What is Tantra? I give a basic overview where I briefly mention what the goal of Tantra is. But here I'm going to go a little further. Take a moment to observe who you are on 3 different levels. Number 1, you're a physical being with a body. Number 2, you're a psychic being with a mind that unfortunately has countless thoughts that are both crude and subtle. And number 3, you're also a cognizant being with the power of awareness and observation. You can observe your body and you can observe your mind by observing the thoughts in your mind. So this observer is what I often say is your real self. The observer is your consciousness or your soul. We all know that we leave the body when we die, but what's still mysterious is what happens to the mind after we leave the body, and what happens to the soul. Well, the mind cannot exist without a body. That is why reincarnation seems like a logical occurrence, because most people die with many desires unfulfilled in their minds. Thus, a new body is acquired in order to try to resolve those desires that are accumulated over a lifetime. However, if at the end of your life, your mind is at peace and you no longer want to do anything, instead you've realized that your soul is of the same essence as the supreme soul of the universe, then there's no need for reincarnation. At that point, the only desire your mind has is to merge with God. This unification of the unit being merging with the supreme being is the goal of Tantra. It's the moment a drop of water falls into the ocean and becomes the ocean. Other traditions call this nirvana, moksha, enlightenment, or going to heaven, and so on. It can happen in death after years of spiritual work, or as in the case of the Buddha, it can happen in your own lifetime after years of spiritual practice. Remember, the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and was determined not to get up from his meditation until he fulfilled this goal. To attain this goal, you need continuous spiritual practice that is deliberate, and your desire to attain this goal has to be incontrovertible. So now that you know the goal of Tantra, your next question should be, how can I attain this? Who can teach me this? Why should I do this? Where, when, etc. So I want to invite you to a very special webinar series called Discovering the Roots of Tantra, where all of these questions will be answered. The first workshop in the seminar will be the goal of Tantra, which in this video you got a little preview of. I'm going to equip you in this webinar with the right perspective and resources to not just learn about the goal of Tantra, but attain the goal of Tantra. There will be 3 more workshops in the series, and then a bonus one as well. So I'm offering this webinar series as a special thank you to you, my followers, who have taken my video, What is Tantra, and given it 100,000 views. Clearly, this demonstrates that you are interested in this topic, and that perhaps you want to go deeper into the spiritual science of Tantra. Well, now I'm offering you the opportunity to go on this journey with me and take your knowledge of Tantra to a deeper level. As you know, Tantra is one of those Sanskrit words out there that is often misinterpreted and manipulated. I hope by now you've discerned that I'm devoted to the spiritual goal of Tantra, and that in my teachings you will get the tools to attain this goal for yourself. I will not be leading this webinar alone. My colleague and friend Dada Ranjitananda will also be teaching, and you may have seen him in our interview called Conversation on Tantra and Microvita, right here on my channel, Tantra Thoughts. I'm teaming up with him because he's one of the best teachers of Tantra that I know, and an excellent example of a Tantra practitioner. I also want to point out that this webinar will not only give you theoretical information, but you will also be expected to practice, and not just learn about Tantra, but also experience Tantra. If you're interested in earning hours through Yoga Alliance, you can be given a certificate after completing the webinar. For 5 non-contact hours, under the Yoga, Philosophy, Lifestyle, and Ethics category as well. So register for the webinar today on my website, tantrathoughts.com. Send me any questions and look out for special promotions during this holiday season. The webinar will go live Monday, January 15th, 2018 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and visit my website, tantrathoughts.com, to register for the webinar and other courses as well. Thank you so much for watching. Namaskar.